Finishing off the second round preview and predictions, we have the Colorado Avalanche against the San Jose Sharks. Now this game also gets underway tonight, like the New York and Carolina series, and this should be a very fun series. Coming into it, I don't really think there is a distinct favorite considering how dominant Colorado was in their series against the Western Conference winning Calgary Flames, but San Jose is a very good team, especially they were in the regular season, but as we saw this playoffs, the regular season really doesn't mean anything. So let's get right into this with my predictions for the Colorado Avalanche against the San Jose Sharks in the Western Conference semifinals. Taking a look at some of the offensive leaders for each of these teams after one round, obviously the Colorado Avalanche defeated the Flames 4-1. They were led in goals by Mikko Rantanen with 5 goals. He was fantastic in the first round. McKinnon and Tyson Barrie both had 5 assists, and points was Mikko Rantanen with 9 points. And if that line can keep up producing like it did in the first round, this could be another pretty quick series if San Jose's defense doesn't tighten up. And then the San Jose Sharks, they defeated the Knights 4-3 in 7 games. Obviously it was off a pretty controversial call as well. The NHL actually called general manager of the Knights, George McPhee, apologized, said that was the wrong call, so that obviously doesn't make Golden Knights fans feel any better about the situation, but Sharks fans should definitely feel pretty lucky to be in this situation right now. They were led in goals by Logan Couture and Thomas Hertl, who both had 6 goals in the first round. They were pretty fantastic in that 7-game series, and Erik Karlsson led the way with assists and points with 9 assists and 9 points. So Erik Karlsson looking like that Ottawa Erik Karlsson in the playoffs a few years ago. So this should be a very fun series. I think these teams match up well. The goaltending is kind of questionable for the San Jose Sharks, even though he was really good in some games. Martin Jones I'm talking about, I still don't really trust him because he's just so inconsistent. Some games it looks like he's a Vezina candidate, and some games it looks like he shouldn't even be a starting goaltender this year. He had an up and down year, but definitely if he can play like he did in the games where he played good in the first round in this series, obviously it could go San Jose's way, but I definitely could see it going either way. This is a really tough series to predict, but now let's get into some of the team stats. First, looking at the Colorado Avalanche, they scored 3.40 goals per game in the first round of the series. That was 4th out of any team in the first round. They allowed 2.20 goals against, which was 3rd. They had a power play percentage of 20%, which was 10th, and a penalty kill percentage of 77.3, which was 9th. So for Colorado, the only really warning sign, I guess, would be the special teams weren't fantastic, but on 5-on-5, they really just dominated the Calgary Flames. They were the much faster team. I really feel like Nathan McKinnon and Rantanen and Landeskog really just imposed their will and were kind of intimidating for Calgary, and that is ultimately, in my opinion, one of the bigger reasons why they were able to come out on top. Now looking at San Jose, they scored 3.29 goals per game, which was 5th, and they allowed 3.57 against, which was 15th, so they're definitely going to want to clean up that defense, like I said earlier in this video, especially if they want to have any chance against the Colorado Avalanche top line. They had a power play percentage of 23.5, which was 6th. Obviously that is pretty inflated by the bunch of power play goals they scored at the end of game 7, and they had a penalty kill percentage of 72.4, which was another thing that they should definitely look to clean up, especially considering how many talented guys that Colorado can throw out there on the power play. But all in all, this looks like a pretty evenly matched series. Obviously, just looking at these stats, I would probably give the edge to Colorado just because they were so dominant in the first round of the playoffs. But this playoffs has showed us that you can't really look at anything in the past to really determine and predict anything because it's just been crazy. And I definitely think we're in for a pretty crazy second round of the playoffs as well. Hopefully it was, because that first round was very fun. Even though I went 0 for 8 on my bracket, I definitely did have a lot of fun watching the games and seeing all the upsets happen. And this one was really hard for me to predict. I sat there, I went back and forth. I have made my final prediction, but I honestly could see this series going either way. So my prediction for this series, I have the Colorado Avalanche winning in 6 games, so taking one more game than it took them to eliminate the Western Conference winning Calgary Flames. But like I said, this one was really tough, and I honestly could see San Jose winning this series, and I feel like they could win it convincingly as well. But I'm just a big fan of this Colorado team. I feel like it's easier said than done to just shut down that top line, even though they have a little bit of a lack of offensive depth. Talking about the Colorado Avalanche, I definitely think that amazing first line makes up for it, and Cale Makar being able to play in this full series I definitely think is a huge plus, because he was fantastic in the games that he did play in the first round. Like I said, I could see it going either way, but my final prediction, I have the Colorado Avalanche defeating the San Jose Sharks in 6 games. So that is going to wrap up this video. I really hope you guys did enjoy, and make sure to let me know down in the comment section who you think is going to win this series and in how many games. And with that being said, I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. If you did, please make sure to drop a like on it and subscribe to the channel for daily NHL content, and I will see you guys all in the next video.